different lining there. He's got his cycling shorts on there, doesn't he, Nigel Benn? Very confident fellow indeed, this fellow. And there's the rundown of Dan Sherry. Only those 2 decisions, and that was the last one for the Canadian Championship with the unbeaten Otis Grant, the southpaw, and he retired in the 7th round there with a bit of eye trouble apparently.
Ladies and gentlemen, promoted by Matchroom and sponsored by the Daily Mirror and the Sunday Mirror, we are proud to present the main attraction of the evening, an international super middleweight contest at 11 stone 10 pounds, over 10 rounds, each of 3 minutes duration. Your referee for the contest is Larry O'Connell of Hartley, your timekeeper Tommy Rice of Sutton, and your British Boxing Board of Control steward in charge, John Handler. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting and introducing to you in the red corner with the red and white shorts from Ontario with 18 wins from 20 contests, the former middleweight champion of Canada, Dan Sherry.
Well, mixed reception, I think we can call that.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in the blue corner with the black and white shorts from Ilford with 31 wins from 33 contests, the former middleweight champion of the world,
Well, that really, he can set him alight, this fella. He captures the public imagination because he can punch, and the paying customers like that, don't they? Never know what's going to happen when Benn's around.
9 pounds, 2 ounces. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
So referee then Larry O'Connell. There are no judges, remember, for this one, so well, we won't get the confusions that we've had in recent fights, including Dan Sherry and the Eubank, of course. And Jim Watt and I thought that once well, that back header had happened, we thought Sherry was ahead on points, but we were outvoted on a split decision, and Eubank retained the championship. So there it is then, 10 scheduled. Well, Sherry might have tried to weigh up Benn, but Benn hasn't bothered to look at the video, he told me, of the Eubank-Sherry fight. Said, I'll just take it as it comes.
Well, Benn's landed the very first punch that he's thrown, a little shot right, and Sherry came right off the stool, right onto it. Didn't have the full power, luckily for Sherry, but Sherry looks a little bit reckless at the beginning here. He's charging into Benn. A little bit reckless against a puncher like Benn.
It's going to be a bit untidy, a bit needly. They might settle down in a round or two, Jim, if it goes that long.
Yeah, well, I expected the opposite from Sherry. I thought he would have started circling around the ropes. But maybe he feels the closer he is to Benn, the safer he's going to be. But we've got to say he started positively anyway.
Yes, it takes a bit of guts to get inside Benn's punches, but they can be less troublesome. It's when you pull away from Benn, he catches and wings you with a punch, a long punch. Good shot, he throws the right hand there.
Well, certainly has the style to give Benn problems. He's difficult, he's awkward, he frustrates opponents. But I don't think he does anything well enough to trouble Benn seriously. I think once Benn warms up and gets a little bit of rhythm into his punching, I think he's going to see this man off.
Well, no sitting on the fence there with you, Jim. O'Connell will get this well under control. Remember, the referee didn't really get the Sherry Eubank fight under control. And a lot of people thought he was acting. It looked that way when he went down, Sherry, but in fact, he was in trouble, and his eyes dilated and everything, and he really was in trouble. He was swallowing his own blood.
I think this is the calmest opening round we've seen from Benn in a long time.
Yeah, I think it's Graham Mountain, his new trainer, knows the game. He's a real skillful ex-amateur who fought Sugar Ray Leonard as an amateur. And of course, Sherry was with the Sugar Ray Leonard camp, but he still is to a degree, but not with the great Sugar himself. He's got his trainer in the corner, though, Pepe Correa. Well, there's no taunting from Sherry, as he did before. And he was very upset when he was accused of actual racial taunting. He said, that's the last thing I did with you, Mank, and I deny that vehemently. Oh, well, all pals together. They weren't exactly like a couple of old gentlemen in the gymnasium in that opening round, Jim, but they just did a little armistice with a touch of gloves there at the end. I don't think that's going to keep up.
Well, it seems at least it shows a change in attitude in Sherry. I mean, before he seemed to spend all his time trying to annoy Eubank, but he seems to be a different fella tonight.
They brought in a London assistant there, Arthur Arry, without an H. And that's Pepe Correa, who actually worked with Sugar Ray Leonard when he was 14 years old. And right above us there, Sherry. I hope he's accurate with that gargling. And that's Graham Mountain, as I said one time, London milkman, publican, and a very good teacher in the matchroom gymnasium at Romford. He's self-managed, actually, Ben, now, but under the promotional Barry Hearn banner. So out for the second round then. Did you hear what the referee said then, Jim, as they came together? I missed that.
I'm not sure if he was telling him to tidy it up. I can't think of any other complaint he might have. It was a slightly untidy first round.
Yeah, use the word inside, so that's probably... I think, yes, keep it clean inside. I think I read the lips there.
I think Nigel wants to get his punches off just a little bit quicker from now on. No, he had a nice long look at Sherry in the opening round. He wants to get the punches off a little bit sharper, because if he allows Sherry to get as close as he is now, he's just going to spoil things all night long. That's probably the reason he's here, just to stop Benn from working.
It's good to see Ben doing a bit of boxing. Remember, he was an ABA champion.
We have called for Ben to do a bit more boxing, but not necessarily against a boxer, and that's what Sherry is. I think he wants to keep this man under pressure, force him into making some mistakes, show a feint, draw some leads, but just try not to allow him to get too close.
Oh, it's a good shot there, sort of left hand uppercut, almost a hook, and then he changed it to an uppercut. Only lost 2 decisions, remember, Sherry, of 20, and that was, of course, to Eubank and Otis Grant.
Well, again, Benn's got the right hand bang onto the target, not full power again. He's getting the right hand home.
Midway through the second round.
Sherry starting his tricks again. You know, if Ben comes in, he's leaning on the back of his neck, turning round, ending up behind him.
I like the way Ben just grinned at it there, Jim. He said, don't worry about that. If that's the best you can do, you're not going to bother me.
See, Sherry knows all the tricks. When he misses with a punch, he just lays the arms onto Ben and pushes him so that he can't come back with the counter punch. Then he goes behind Ben again. He knows all the little tricks, all the frustrating stuff. Ben's going to find it difficult to pin him down in the first few rounds.
He's got to keep himself a bit calm, though, Ben, isn't he? As you say, throw the punches, but not actually... Well, you daren't lose your temper in the ring. You get nailed easily that way. But the flailing Ben, well, that's out now. He is trying to pick punches all the time. Well, referee gave him plenty of chance to fight inside there, and then had to call break when it started to get untidy again. So coming up the end of the second. And lots of cheers there, I must say, in Sherry's corner. Landed a right-hander right on the bell, and the American trainer Pepe Correa, there he is there in the ring, really enjoyed that, and he had plenty to say too before the fight, and well, it just riled the Benn camp a bit. Had 2 fights, as I said, since he fought Eubank last February in Brighton. Defeated Gary Mackerson for the Canadian Championship. That was over 12 rounds on points, and then lost to Otis Grant to retire. He retired in 7. The referee just visiting the corner there. obviously asking him to tidying up. Jim, it's annoying him there, getting around the back.
Yeah, well, I think Sherry will be quite happy. He's managed to nullify a lot of Benn's work with some of that awkward stuff, and he'll probably continue to do that as long as he'll get away with it.
Well, the old days of the early stuff, 13 in the first and 8 in the second by Benn are over now. But he has scored 44 knockdowns in his career. It's incredible, that. Oh, this is the old blasting Benn by the look of it.
Benn wants to step the pace up, but he doesn't want to become wild. Those were kind of swinging punches, not the punches we expect from him. But he is going to have to step the pace up. Force this man into making some mistakes.
This Canadian knows, you know, he's not only shrewd, Jim, he's a bit durable too. He takes a fair shot.
Yeah, he's good at what he does, Reg. He knows how to mess people about. He's an intelligent thinking fighter, and he's certainly paying Benn lots of respect. He's not staying in the one spot for a second. As soon as Benn gets close, he's gone right up against Benn, putting his chin over his shoulder. Benn's going to have to punch as he moves in. He can't let this fella see. Here he goes again. He can't allow Sherry to get close. He's going to have to punch as he moves in.
Well, Benn not a bit amused by that, and quite rightly, Larry O'Connell. Oh, there we go now. So you want it that way? All right, let's forget it. This is where you need a strong referee, and Larry O'Connell's been around. He's on the WBC world list. Around the world, he's refereed and judged. And, of course, former boxer.
That was a good shot, Reg. Caught Sherry high. But it was a nice punch. Benn just wants to show a little feint and draw some mistakes from him.
So they're often both throwing right hands at the same time, Jim. It's just a question of who connects first.
Well, I think Benn can certainly afford to trade with this fellow. But as soon as Benn allows him close up, he just wants to spoil.
Oh, no punch there. Yep, quite rightly. Deserves a warning for that. That's the way to shoot the right hand over the top of the left lead. He did it well there, Ben.
Well, most of Benn's success has come from his right hand, so he wants to start favouring that now. He's got that few more inches to get the right hand in. Sherry's nullifying Benn's left hand work, his jab, but the right hand is working.
Made great fuss about the size of the ring, the Canadian camp, and they had to dismantle it and put it back up again. It was 16 foot odd in inside measurement, but the management wouldn't go for it, so they made it 18 foot. But he's not really using it enough, skirting around the perimeters, Sherry, to have bothered to do all that, to hold the show start up. Oh, what a punch. Well, the right hand was always coming. He is not going to make that. Now, this fella's never been counted out in his life, but his legs are gone, and he stopped it in the third round. The perfect finish there by Nigel Benn. He took his time a little bit. There was always a bit of quality about his punching tonight, and they're invading the ring as they always do. And he deserves the plaudits, Ben, because that's one of the most complete professional jobs he's done. Because, Jim, this fella takes a real good punch.
And that was a cracking punch, Reg. That's the only kind of punches that Benn throws, is the good punches. He had a little bit more space with the right hand to get the punches home. Sherry was nullifying most of the left hand work, and there it went. Just missed his whisker a couple of times earlier, but that one was bang on the chin.
So the doctor's had a quick look at Dan Sherry. He can't have any objections this time, as he did last time. And the formal hand raising, of course, for the newspaper photographers more than anybody, that picture. 32nd win now out of 34 fights for Nigel Benn. Assistant Peter de Freitas in the corner there, and that's what you need at world level. Oh, and I tell you what, look at the size of those shoulders. He's got the body to go with it. Big night for Nigel Benn at Alexandra Palace.